Welcome to Nexth Press News, your global lens on innovation, markets, and the future in motion. From market rebounds to AI revolutions, today's headlines paint a world accelerating toward its next digital frontier. Stay tuned, because on Nexth Press News, the future doesn't just happen, it's broadcast live. A rebound lights up Asia's markets. After a tense week of AI-fueled jitters, confidence returned across the region, led by powerhouse tech and large-cap names. The Nikkei 225 and Kospi surged as investors piled back into chipmakers and AI-linked giants, signaling a renewed appetite for risk. External optimism added fuel to the rally, with hopes for a U.S. funding breakthrough and softer inflation cues from China boosting sentiment. The result? A synchronized comeback across Asia's biggest exchanges. What's driving the action? Tech and AI shares are back in the spotlight, rebounding from recent valuation dips and helping restore market momentum. Meanwhile, Washington's progress on avoiding a government shutdown reassured investors worldwide. And from Beijing, easing price pressures hinted at a steadier regional recovery. Stay tuned. As the AI comeback trade meets macro optimism, Asia's markets may be setting the tone for the global week ahead. Volkswagen's $200 million move into China's chip race. In a bold bid to reclaim its edge in the world's largest auto market, Volkswagen is driving deep into China's chip scene, announcing a $200 million investment to design its own system-on-chip technology right on Chinese soil. Unveiled at the China International Import Expo, the move signals VW's first step into proprietary semiconductor design, a strategic leap powered through Horizon, its joint venture with Beijing's Horizon Robotics. The new chip, purpose-built for China's complex driving conditions, promises a staggering 500 to 700 trillion operations per second, enabling Level 3 plus autonomous driving, with mass production expected in as little as 3 to 5 years. Chairman Oliver Bloom calls it part of VW's In China for China strategy, a clear message that the German giant is ready to compete head-on with homegrown EV makers pushing the boundaries of smart mobility. As global automakers race toward AI-driven cars, Volkswagen's chip ambitions mark a new phase in the tech meets transport showdown. Where innovation isn't optional, it's survival. China and US hit pause on trade tensions. In a surprise move signaling a rare moment of calm in global trade, China and the United States have hit the brakes on their tariff and port fee battles, rolling out a one-year suspension on key trade restrictions as part of a newly forged truce between President Donald Trump and President Xi Jinping. Effective Monday, China's Ministry of Transport scrapped special port fees on US-owned ships, while Washington suspended its Section 301 port charges on Chinese vessels docking in the U.S., a synchronized step toward cooling months of maritime tension. The agreement, born from last month's high-level talks, offers a temporary reset in an increasingly competitive trade landscape, giving both superpowers breathing room to navigate toward a more stable economic course. Emerging markets. Flip the script on inflation. In a striking turn of the global economic tide, emerging market inflation has dropped below that of developed economies for the first time in more than 30 years, a milestone that's reshaping investment flows and monetary policy outlooks worldwide. During the July to September quarter, inflation across emerging markets averaged 2.47%, compared to 3.32% in developed nations, fueling a bond market boom that's delivered returns of up to 7% year-to-date, according to JP Morgan data. Powerhouses like Brazil, Hungary, and Egypt are leading the pack with yields soaring above 20%. Behind the surge, high real interest rates and disciplined monetary policy. Brazil's real rate hovers near 10%, while Turkey, India, and South Africa maintain levels above 3.5%, drawing investors hungry for yield and stability. Even as developed markets battle sticky inflation, emerging economies are now writing a new narrative, one where discipline meets opportunity and capital is starting to follow. China's inflation turns a corner. For the first time since June, China's consumer prices have crept back into positive territory, signaling early signs of economic stabilization after months of deflationary strain. Data from the National Bureau of Statistics show the consumer price index rising 0.2% year-on-year in October, outpacing expectations and marking a cautious step toward recovery. Factory gate prices also showed improvement, with the producer price index falling 2.1%, easing from September's sharper decline. The modest rebound was fueled by Golden Week holiday spending and supportive domestic demand policies as core inflation climbed to 1.2%, the highest in nearly 2 years. Still, economists warn the road ahead remains uncertain. Analysts say China's deflationary pressures are not yet behind it, as consumer demand and private investment remain fragile. For Beijing, this data offers a glimmer of hope, but also a reminder that confidence, not just consumption, will be key to a sustained turnaround. Jamie Dimon: AI could cut the work week to just 3.5 days. J.P. Morgan Chase. CEO Jamie Dimon is painting a bold picture of the future, one where artificial intelligence could shrink the work week to just 3.5 days. Speaking at the America Business Forum in Miami, Dimon said AI will touch every job, every application, every customer interface, predicting that within a few decades, the developed world could enjoy shorter weeks and fuller lives. At J.P. Morgan, that future is already taking shape. The bank now runs what Fortune calls a live-fire AI lab, with 2,000 specialists building AI systems and 150,000 employees using them weekly, from fraud detection to legal review. Dimon says the bank spends $2 billion a year on AI and saves nearly the same. It's the tip of the iceberg, he told Bloomberg, but not everyone will benefit immediately. Dimon warned the shift will eliminate millions of jobs and urged businesses and governments to prepare through retraining, income support, and responsible transition planning. He also cautioned investors that AI's infrastructure race will be costly and energy-intensive. As Dimon joins voices like Bill Gates and Eric Yuan in forecasting a world of shorter work weeks, one question remains: will society be ready when productivity surges, but the nature of work itself changes forever? China claims global lead in AI and 6G patents. China is declaring digital dominance on the world stage, now holding 60% of all global AI patents and leading the race in 6G innovation with over 40% of worldwide filings. The bold figures come from new reports unveiled at the 2025 World Internet Conference in Wuhan, where tech leaders from 130 countries gathered to discuss the future of connectivity and intelligence. According to the China Internet Development Report, the nation has already built 4.55 million 5G base stations and connected over 1 billion 5G users, while its computing power now rivals global superpowers. By 2030, China's 6G industry is projected to surpass 1.2 trillion yuan, powering everything from smart cities to industrial automation. E-commerce remains another pillar of its digital empire, with 974 million online shoppers and major platforms like JD.com and Alibaba unveiling futuristic plans. JD.com's founder promised the world's first fully unmanned delivery station by 2026, while Alibaba's CEO announced a super AI cloud designed to serve developers worldwide. From AI patents to autonomous logistics, China is no longer just catching up. It's setting the pace for the global tech frontier. China claims global lead in AI and 6G patents. Tech and AI stocks lift Asia as U.S. funding hopes calm investor nerves. South Korea and Japan lead gains, signaling renewed risk appetite. Consumer prices rise for first time since June. Deflationary pressures ease, hinting at a slow economic recovery. Inflation falls below developed economies, driving strong bond returns and attracting global capital. Jamie Dimon predicts a 3.5-day work week, highlighting both productivity gains and job transition challenges. The nation claims the top spot in AI and 6G patents, consolidating global tech dominance. From markets to AI breakthroughs, this week underscores the accelerating race toward technological and economic transformation. And that's a wrap for today's edition of Nexth Press News, where innovation meets intelligence. I'm Vivi, and it's been a pleasure guiding you through the latest stories shaping AI, business, and the world around us. Stay connected, stay curious, and keep following the Nexth Press interactive newsfeed. Welcome to Nexth Press News, your global lens on innovation, markets,